All right, one quick look at codominance. We've already talked about it a little bit with blood type. If you have type AB blood, that is because the A and B antigens are equally powerful. They both show up on your red blood cells. These are actually proteins sticking out here, but neither one wins. Okay, in a street fight, they're going to tie, right? Equally powerful. So there are other ways that we have codominance. So let's just review really quickly what we've learned. Complete dominance is what Mendel figured out. You have a truly dominant allele that masks or covers up the recessive trait. Codominance is blood type, and that's where they are equally powerful. So like co-presidents, everything is supposed to be the same, coexist, everybody's supposed to be equal and fair. So we see that in blood types. Also, any animal that has stripes or spots, or flowers sometimes have stripes or spots. That is an example of equally powerful dominant traits. So there's no such thing as a recessive trait here. And we have another type of dominance, which is called incomplete, and that's where you see blending. So this is how you get a pink flower out of a red and white parent. So it isn't quite that simple, but let's look at some examples. These are all examples of codominance. So you see both white and pink showing up, equally powerful here. The pink and the yellow, again, equally powerful. Calico cats, this is actually an X-linked codominant trait, so only female cats can be calico. But any cat could be gray and white. So this is another example of both traits showing up equally powerful. When you do codominance, the Punnett square is set up just like we did blood type. So if this was a trait for black and this was a trait for white, so you have a purebred black, let's say kitty cat, breeding with a purebred white kitty cat, if they are codominant traits, then you will have black and white striped cats. If they're incomplete dominance, the Punnett square would look the same, but all your kitties would be a blend of black and white and it would be gray. So you have to see the babies to know if the traits are truly dominant, so black would win, or if they are codominant, you see stripes or spots, or incomplete dominance, you would see blending. So here's an example of incomplete dominance. You have a red flower and a white flower, and normally you would think red is dominant over white. We're going to use the same allele because it's lowercase, and we can see that these babies are pink. We know that it's incomplete dominance. You could also do them both with capital letters. The whole point in this is you have to see what the offspring looks like compared to the parent, and then you'll know if you have blending, stripes, or true dominance. When I take those offspring, so let's say I cross two pink flowers, you're going to end up with an offspring that's purebred red, two that are pink, and one that would be a pure white flower. So this is where we get a little bit more variety in life because it's not always just truly dominant. Right here, what do we think we have? And if you said spots, you are right. So this is codominance. So I want you to try this, put these in the Punnett square. Let's say you have incomplete dominance, and what will it look like? They're going to look the same, but this one would be all black, and this one would be all black, and this one is going to be whatever black and tan is mixed together, which I think it's called, it has a name, I can't remember, some weird color of mixing black and tan together. All right, so another just review. Mendelian genetics, dominant wins over recessive. If you have multiple alleles, so multiple genes coding for a trait, that's like blood type. Polygenetic means you have more genes, so you have multiple alleles on this gene, another gene that does another trait. So two types of genes that give us a phenotype. So to accurately talk about blood type, you need to look at this gene and separately this gene. So there's multiple genes that make it up. And I misspoke before. Multiple alleles means there's only two genes, but there's multiple choices for those two genes. And then we just talked about incomplete, where we blend, and co, where it is spots or stripes. An example in humans where we have polygenetics, so lots of genes, and incomplete dominance is eye color, also skin color, and to a point hair color. But there are actually about 16 genes that give you your eye color. And as we get combinations of those dominant traits, or dominant and recessive traits, you get this blending. So if you know somebody that has really, really light colored eyes, that's the ultimate recessive. My brother's eyes are so dark, they're pretty much black, so he is the ultimate dominant. I'm some other version, I have brown eyes, but they're not quite as dark. So lots of genes coding for it, but not complete dominance. Human height, skin color, and again, I think to a point, hair color is the same way. All right, let's see if you can get these questions right. Pause the video, try to answer them. It's a good little mini quiz, and here are the answers. Pink flowers are pink because they're red and white, so that's incomplete. Checkered, spots or stripes, that's co. Blood type is multiple alleles and codominance. And the genotypes, if you're going to walk around saying you're type A, you are either AA or A with the recessive O. And false. Fathers cannot pass on sex, I should have written X-linked traits, to their sons. All right, that's it. I think that's we have one more thing, sorry, in this unit. We're going to look at family trees, and then we are done.